The Alpha Weekend Away has been the most important part of our Alpha courses. And I say most important because that's when the Holy Spirit has tended to move the most in our guests' heart.
Well, I think, when Alpha talks about head and heart, the day away, it's about encounter. They're experiencing God. It's not just getting information about God, but having an encounter with the love of God. And I think that makes a huge difference because at that point, you're not just talking about things that you've learned, you're talking about things that you experience.
Getting away and being normal people together, talking, riding in the car, stopping for coffee, it helps. It helps people be normal and realize that the spiritual journey is not something that's reserved for a special space like a church building or special language.
It is essential to Alpha. So if you were to talk to guests who have come on the day away and those who haven't gone on the day away, they have two vastly different experiences.
You try to get a couple people to commit, and then as you get closer to the weekend, you say, so-and-so is gonna go, we're gonna go, are you gonna go? And we kind of put a little bit of peer pressure on them to be a part of it so they don't miss. And we find that works pretty well.
Everything that we do on Alpha is geared towards building up to that day away. One of the things that we've tried to do is to message that very early on to the guests. Let them know it's an extended day, it's a lot of fun, lots of great food, lots of opportunity to continue to build the relationship that they have in the small group.
I think the most important part of the Weekend Away is the prayer ministry time, and the time where the speaker or the video sets up a 15, 20, 30 minute, depending on the size of your Alpha, a time for prayer and worship. This is the first time that many of your guests will ever be prayed for. Setting aside time for the hosts and the helpers to come alongside your guests one by one and ask them in a non-intrusive way, and we train all of our hosts and helpers on how to do this appropriately, but coming up alongside each guest, asking if they'd like to be prayed for, if they'd like to invite the Holy Spirit in right there in that moment, or if they have any questions or need prayer for any other parts of their lives, is a significant and moving moment.
It is the time where we see the most fruit. It's where people usually come to faith. It is where there is usually noticeable response to God because of the prayer ministry.
And it changes everything then. It changes their types of questions, it changes their desire to continue and come back. But it really is the time where they discover that this isn't a worldview or a philosophy. This is actually a relationship with a God who's real and who wants to be close to me. And that changes everything.